All right, guys, we got a new video here called How Rappers Actually Get Rich. It's not music.
Have you ever been scrolling on Instagram and you see all these rappers and musicians that are flaunting all of this money, jewelry, houses, and you think, well, I could just record a song and do the same thing? Today, I'm diving deep into the surprising ways that rappers actually get rich, and I'm challenging myself to uncover the secrets behind their success without relying on music sales. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. People often think that rappers are just living large off of their album sales, but that's not the whole picture. In reality, the music industry is way more complex.
I think most rappers aren't living off their album sales because the label is bending them over and taking all that money, so they have to get it elsewhere outside of music. Let's see what he says.
And the most successful rappers have figured out ways to build wealth that go way beyond just selling records. The truth is, making a living solely off music sales is really tough, even for the biggest names in the game. The music industry is ridiculously competitive, and the margins are super thin. Streaming services have changed the game, and artists are making pennies on the dollar. It's not sustainable, and rappers and everybody on the outside knows it. So, what's the secret to their success? Well, it's time to think outside the box and outside the recording studio. If you believe that rappers are just partying, making music, and getting paid, that is far from the reality. The most successful ones are savvy business people who have diversified their income, streams, and investments.
The way my man got his legs crossed with no socks.
They're basically entrepreneurs, marketers, and brand builders. They're
Oh no, it's a chick. My bad, bro.
not just musicians. I mean, just think about it. If a rapper's music is their product, then their brand is their business. And like any business, they need to find ways to monetize that brand beyond just selling the product. The music industry is full of misconceptions, and one of the biggest is that rappers get rich off of their album sales. Sure, a hit album can bring in some serious cash, but it's not a reliable or sustainable way to build wealth. Rappers have to also deal with record label contracts, touring costs, marketing expenses, the list goes on. And let's be real, the money from the album sales is often split among a long list of people, including the record label, producers, and other collaborators. So, as a rapper, what do I have to do, you may ask? Well, you've got to think like a business person, not just a musician. You've got to diversify, adapt, and find new ways to build your brand and your bank account. Basically, music sales are just the beginning, and for many rappers, they're not even on the most lucrative part of the equation. But let's dive into the surprising ways that rappers actually get rich, from endorsements to merchandise, touring to investments. Buckle up, because it's time to shatter some myths and uncover some financial strategies of the rich and famous. Let's start with endorsements. Rappers are often approached by big brands looking for a celebrity endorsement deal. These deals can be super lucrative, and for many rappers, they become a major source of income. For example, Drake partnered with Nike to create his own line of sneakers, which has become a huge moneymaker for him. Similarly, Kanye West has partnered with Adidas to create Yeezys, which also global phenomenon.
Gotta be a little old because they let go of the Yeezy Kanye collab, but yeah, it makes sense. He was making big guap off that.
I want you to go to Yeezy.com, Yeezy.
And let's not forget about merchandising. Rappers can make serious bank by selling merchandise at their shows, online, or through their own stores. This can include anything from just a simple t-shirt, to a hat, to posters, or even jewelry. And the margins are often way higher than music sales. Rappers are making 0.004 cents per stream on streaming services. So even if you were to, let's say, get 1 billion streams, it would only equate to about $4 million. And that is a gigantic jump. But we also can't forget about touring. It's a huge revenue for rappers. A successful tour can bring in millions of dollars, and the money doesn't stop there. Rappers can also make money from VIP experiences, meet and greets, and exclusive events. I mean, let's say a rapper does 85 shows across the course of a year, charges $20 a ticket, and each venue capacity is about 5,000 people. Well, he's making bank. Investments are another key area where not only rappers but anybody can build wealth. Many rappers have invested in real estate startups and even other artists. Again, they're not just musicians, they're entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, and business moguls. Jay-Z, for example, has invested in companies like Uber and even owns a stake in the Brooklyn Nets. Dr. Dre has invested in Beats Electronics, which was later sold to Apple for billions of dollars. Some rappers are also getting into the world of tech. They're creating their own apps, platforms, and services, and making money from them. This is a whole new frontier for rappers, and it's a lucrative one. The financial strategies of successful rappers are often surprising, but they're not rocket science. They're about diversifying, adapting, and building a brand that resonates with fans. All I'm saying is if you can connect with your audience, create a community, and establish yourself, from there, the possibilities will be endless. So, what's the surprising truth about how rappers actually get rich?
Tell us.
Well, it's not that surprising. They're not relying on music sales. They're building brands, businesses, and empires. They're entrepreneurs. In conclusion, the idea that rappers get rich from just music sales is a myth. It's a small part of the equation, but it's not the whole story. Rappers are supposed to be business people who know how to build wealth, diversify themselves, and stay ahead of the game. But thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about the business of hip-hop, or you just want to hear more hip-hop information, well, click the like and the subscribe button.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I thought he was going to say something cooler than just they do merch, they tour, they invest the money that they make from merch, tour, and all these other endorsement deals. That's basically how these ball players, NFL, basketball, baseball, that's how a lot of these players become rich. But you can only do that if you are at the top of your industry. So there's a bunch of rappers that don't have enough of a fan base to have big McDonald's endorsement deals like Travis Scott. But they could still sell merch and they could still maximize their audience. Think of like a Larry June. You could have a, pretty dedicated fan base that can help, build up your wealth. And you just need to do things that are outside of music to make sure that you're building out, a tremendously lucrative career that can continue after you stop making music, especially if you're not on the publishing side. But I mean, it was pretty interesting. But guys, this is a quick one. Subscribe for more. There will be some more coming out on a daily basis throughout the month of December. And then we're going hard all 2025. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and we out.